Now, Pop. Ben invited me to stay during the pandemic. He never said anything about you.
I'm not staying at Legacy Gardens. A man could die there and no one would ever know.
I'm coming. Stu, I thought you were at Legacy Gardens.
Too many women. I couldn't get any sleep. All they wanted to do was hug me.
I thought that's what every man dreamed of. I know I do.
You know, Pop hasn't been the same since Mom died.
Sophia. Now that's the kind of woman I should have married.
Which time?
Pop!
I've known Ben since you were both in the first grade. I can tell him the truth.
Stu, just sugarcoat it occasionally, please.
You always did like sweets. You like living like this with all this flowery furniture?
Come on, Pop, stop it. We're going to be guests here for a while.
Just till this pandemic ends. Then we all go back to our real lives.
Thank heavens you're home. I thought I was going to have to sleep at my Uber driver's house.
Looks like all of my favorite boys made it to Boca Grande.
So I told them, my father started this department store 100 years ago, and I'm not shutting it down over some silly little virus.
Well, good for you.
So what happened?
They shut it down. They put a big yellow police tape across the door and told my employees they had to stay home until this was over.
That must have been tough for everyone.
Especially the porter. He was home. I had his entire family living in my housewares department.
Legal.
Of course not, but I was trying to help.
Well, Mr. Big Shot, so how are you helping now?
I gave them my place on Sutton Place. That's why I'm here.
I thought you were here for the book club.
Oh, come on.
As long as we're all going to be here for a while, I printed out some house rules.
Rules?
Rules, nothing too hard, just so we can each have enough space.
Space to do what?
To date. I intend to keep up my social life going.
From in the house?
That's why they invented phone sex.
So you're going to have phone sex while we're close enough to listen?
Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
Daryl, maybe you should try that. It'll wake that libido of yours.
Pop, give it a break. I date. I just haven't found the right girl yet.
You're 57. Maybe you should try guys.
Stu, stop picking on him. Daryl dated my sister, and she still talks about him.
See?
See what? That his sister has no taste?
Well, in the fashion world, I have lots of friends who are not married.
And you think fashion people are normal?
Well, I think fashion people are creative and talented.
Well, my son is neither creative nor talented. He's an accountant, for goodness sakes.
But that can be very creative.
Well, I know mine is.
See?
That's how I got to keep all my stock options, while my third wife got to keep her champion Staffordshire Terrier.
You mean her pit bull?
No, I mean her Staffordshire Terrier. She takes that dog everywhere.
Even when she's on a date?
Even when she's on a... How would I know who she takes on a date?
I thought everybody knew. Isn't that why you got divorced?
From number 2, not from number 3. 3 was perfect, except she kept redecorating and I got stuck paying all the bills.
You should have let her finish. There's enough chintz in here to make you feel like you're on the Upper East Side. Hey, good morning, everyone. You know, that bike path is almost as good as a jog around the Central Park Reservoir.
Hey, I thought we were on lockdown.
Well, you're allowed to exercise, just not to mingle in big crowds.
Did you run in that mask?
I did, but no one else did. I passed a lot of people with dogs on the bike path, and no one had masks.
Well, welcome to Florida.
You wouldn't see anyone in New York in mask.
Stu, you're wrong. Everyone in New York is in masks.
In my day, we shot people wearing masks. We thought they were going to rob us.
Governor Cuomo in New York's made masks a requirement.
Who listens to governors?
Listen, I have some extra masks if anyone needs one.
Extras? Are they made out of chintz?
They'll keep the germs from spreading.
I'll take one. I think mine's in the suitcase they lost at the airport.
So you've got to self-quarantine for 14 days.
I'm not sick, so 6 or 7 days and I'm good to go.
That's a week short. How do we know you won't infect us?
How do we know you won't infect us? You just got here.
Well, he's right. Maybe both of you should sleep in my pool house.
It's too late now. Their germs are all over us.
We could get tested at the health clinic. The Boca Beacon says they're doing tests.
Okay, you go first and let me know how it feels to have that big Q-tip stuck up your schnoz.
It's not so bad. They did it to everyone at Legacy Gardens.
So did you have the antibodies?
They couldn't tell. My blood has so many antibodies from 85 years of dodging illness. They just couldn't tell. All I know is I don't have it.
Daryl, since you're planning to self-quarantine, you can do all of the inside jobs.
Cooking and cleaning?
Yeah, just pick one.
I'll garden. I love that.
I have gardeners. I pay for that.
I thought they weren't coming on the island until this pandemic was over.
I didn't say that, did I?
I'll cook. At least I know all of you love my cooking.
Great, Stu, but could you lay off all the carbs?
And the dairy?
And the gluten?
Kale eaters. That's what this world has come to. Kale eaters.
Okay, guys, this isn't working for me. You guys are like a bunch of slimy slugs.
Hey, not me. I'm doing everything I would do in New York.
Workouts and drinking, maybe. Going out with models. Not going to happen.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Isn't bad.
Guys, this is Florida. I'm sure there are some models around here somewhere close by.
Vintage models, maybe. Young, beautiful ones, not so much.
Look, Ben, I'm sorry if we've interrupted your self-isolation, but where would you like us to go?
Anywhere but here might work.
Okay, boys, let's not argue. We can figure this out. We're all grown men.
Okay, Stu, what do you suggest?
Give me those rules you wrote up.
Oh, yeah. You mean the ones you all laughed at?
Those are the ones I want.
Pop, I can't follow these rules. Ben wants me to do most of the housekeeping.
So?
So this is how I housekeep.
This mess, your mother never taught you this.
You're right. It took years and years of practice to learn this.
Okay, how about if we alternate all the bad jobs?
How about if we alternate paying for a housekeeper?
How about we admit no one is going to come to clean up after us during a pandemic?
One look and they'll get sick, real sick.
Listen, we're all just going to have to try harder to make our living together work.
Okay, I'll try it. Whatever you want.
Didn't you know buying a big house is always a problem?
2-minute guest. You know what they say about guest and fish after 3 days?
Both start to stink.